Students. Right, today we are on page 90 in our CCP books. We are going to look at how to do an observation log. Now, observation means to watch, to to watch something, and in this case, we are going to watch an animal do something over a period of time. Today we are looking at wasps. But before we get there, let's look what we are intend doing by the end of this session. We are working towards being able to write our own at the end of a few sessions just to see how to do it. We are going to look at a student's model today. An observation log is a particular kind of informational text. It includes an introduction, meaning I have to tell you what this is all about and what we are going to do and why we're doing this. Right, then we're actually getting to the story or to the process that we're watching. In that, we will see dates or times that something was observed. We will see facts of what's happening and information about the topic of the log. And at the end of all of this, there will be a concluding sentence, meaning we are going to round it off, take it together, and end off what we have been telling other people, because this is what we are doing. We're giving information about what we've observed about something very interesting. Right. So let's start with a student model. We're going to read, you can follow me, and we will discuss it as we go. Nadia is in second grade, just like you guys. She wrote an observation log. It describes a time when she watches wasps build a nest. Nadia gives facts that tell what she saw. She gives meanings of new words she learns about wasps. Think about what Nadia writes. What do you learn about wasps? How does Nadia begin and end her log? What facts and definitions does she use? Now you will see this looks like a McDonald's burger. At the top, the bread, you will have the introduction of your story. Then all the facts and information she tells you will be the burger patty, the salad, the tomato, and the relish that goes on top of it. And in the end, she has another slice of bread on her burger, and that's going to be your um, concluding sentence that takes it all together. Right. Let's have a look at what she writes. I want you to pay attention to each date or day that is mentioned, because that tells you how far the process has moved on. She doesn't watch every day, maybe. Sometimes a few days pass and then she will continue watching. Right. Watching wasps. June 10. That is our first date, and that is today. Today I started watching how wasps build a nest. Wasps were flying around a small white clump under the barn roof. It looked like a paper baseball. Now, a clump, that means something the shape of a ball or a bundle or just, yeah. And if you imagine the shape of a baseball, that gives you a very good idea of what she saw in the doorway. Right. Now, June 11. Now, this is the next day. She goes back and she continues watching. I showed Grandpa the nest. He told me that a queen wasp is the leader. She hatches in the early spring and begins to build the nest. Now, hatches. To hatch means to come out of the eggs. Remember, wasps lay eggs, and most insects lay eggs, and this wasp is born from an egg. Now, when she comes out, she hatches. There's a new word you can remember. When the eggs hatch, the new wasps become the queen's workers. They help her make the nest bigger. Right. Now, you are going to underline the sentence that tells the topic of the log. Now, the topic we will see when we come to this one. What is the topic? She is watching wasps, right? So this topic sentence will be something to do with watching. Today, what is this all about? I started watching how wasps build a nest. Now, everything she's going to tell you is how they're building and what she observes or sees while they are doing this. Right. Now, you will notice, I want you to circle the dates that shows you how this is progressing. From June 10, we're going back on June 11. And when we go to the next page, you will see there's a few days later, she goes back. Maybe something didn't happen in between, and she felt like it's just more of the same. So I'm not going to tell you more about that for now. Nothing new happened. So let's wait till something new happens. She probably kept some notes on the side and decided, okay, on 25 of June, something new happened that she felt she needs to write down. Right. Grandpa and I watched how wasps make their nests bigger. We sat on our wooden fence. We used Grandpa's binoculars. Binoculars are the device that you use to bring things from very far, very near, so you can see better. I'm sure you know what binoculars are. If not, there's a task for you. Go find on Google what it looks like. Right. So we use binoculars to see the wasps up close. They scraped the wood with their mouth. Then they flew to the nest. Now, the scraped here is almost like when you grate cheese and it comes through the little holes. They are grating it with their teeth, basically, and they take it in their mouth. Then they fly to the nest. They spit the chewed wood on the nests. To us, that sounds gory, but that's what they do, and it works for them. Next, now here's also a word that shows how this is progressing. But in this case, this is the progress within this time limit that she's watching them on this day. So this is why she's using the word next. You could almost say, first they scraped the wood, then they flew to the nest, next they spread it with their mouth and legs. Right. Now, June 25 was almost the end of June. Now, what is the next date? What do you notice? This is July now, almost a month later. The nest is much bigger now. The wasps work all day long. The nest's entrance, meaning where they go in, that's like their little door, or opening. Here she explains to you what entrance means. Where is it? At the bottom. Very similar like weaver birds, right? Remember that? Right, again, almost another month later, August 18. The nest is as big as my soccer ball. Wow. It started with the size of a baseball, and now it's the size of a soccer ball. They have really worked hard. The workers are still busy flying to and from the nest. I wonder if they are going to make the nest even bigger. September 2. There are not many wasps near the nest anymore. Now remember, September, it starts getting a little cooler. Maybe that has something to do with it. Let's see. There are not many wasps near the nest anymore. Grandpa says the nest is finished. A new queen wasp will build a new nest next summer. So they really just work through the summer, and now it's becoming winter and everything will start right from scratch. Watching the wasps was exciting. Now, here she's no longer watching, but now she's coming to her conclusion or her concluding sentence that ties it all together and ends off what she's been writing. Watching the wasps was exciting. I always say when you write your conclusion, write something about how you feel, where there's feeling involved. That always guides you well to know what to write. I hope I can do it again next summer. Right, I want you to go back. You can go to the green side, as I always say, on your book. And let's see this one first. I think we covered most of it though. We said tell when Nadia watched the wasps. Now we circled the dates. That tells you when she watched the wasps on this page. Right, let's move on to the next page and go to your right side where we have the green review. Okay, facts give information about ideas. Underline the sentence from June 25 in this paragraph. Underline the one sentence that gives facts about how wasps make a nest bigger. Now, we've told you the whole process, the first, the next, the then, um, it shows you process happening. So here, I already underlined it for you. They scrape the wood. That's the first thing they do. Then they flew to the nest. They spit the chewed wood on the nest, and then next thing they do, they spread it with their mouth and legs. This tells you what they are doing to build their nest. Right, you can underline that with me. All right. The next one, observation. Remember, I told you to observe means to watch. Observations are what a writer observes or sees. Put a box around two sentences that tell what Nadia notices about the nest on August 18. So let's move to August 18. Put a box around what she notices that happens on August 18. Let's see. The nest is big as my soccer ball. That is like really a big change that she's noticed now. She hasn't been there for a while. A whole month has passed from July 17 to August 17 and then 18 the next day, a month later. This has now grown so much bigger. It's now very visible. You can see it immediately. And what? The workers are still busy flying to and from the nest. Right. This is what Nadia notices about the nest on 18 August. Those are the main things she sees. Right. Now the ending. The ending tells how the writer feels about the experience. Now, that she says, as watching the wasp was exciting. Obviously, otherwise she would not have gone back, right? So She was really excited to watch them, and it was really a good experience for her. And you want to tell them to encourage other people to maybe go do the same or watch something else in a similar fashion. You keep like almost like a diary of what happens as the days go on and the process moves on. Right. Draw a star by the sentence that tells how Nadia feels about her experience. Now, here it tells you, you will see it almost changes. Here she's still talking about the nest and that they'll come back, and this is now about herself. Watching the wasps was exciting. I hope I can do it again next summer. But how does she feel? They want to know. Watching the wasps, how? She was excited about it. Right. Thank you for your time. Remember, you are going to go to the assignment now. Click only on the option that you feel is correct. And when you are done, turn it in. You do not need to take a picture or tell us you've sent it. We do know that. We know immediately when something comes in from you. Right. Make sure on that one that you write your name. Do not forget your name. It is no good telling us after the fact, Miss, I forgot to write my name, because I won't know that it's you. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good day.